Okay, we're recording. Gina's yelling at her cat.
Right in the middle of everything.
This is the Thanksgiving wreath. We're going to use 21-inch mesh. We're going to make a poof, and then we're going to add some ruffles and some spirals. So we're going to have a few different things going on. So I start over this way, and then I move my laptop over here to my craft table. You guys like my shirt? Isn't that cool? I love that shirt.
Christine,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run grab some different mesh. I didn't look at the list, and I've got 10 inch, so I'm gonna run grab some 21.
So is that the picture that you sent me was the mesh that you wanted to use tonight?
Yeah, and it's 10
okay.
inch.
I wasn't sure if that was something you were going to use tonight or if it was for another project. Yeah, we're going to do.
Well,
what's that?
I don't have a turkey either.
That's all right. What we were going to do is we were going to do 21-inch mesh with the poof, and then we were going to add some stuff to it. Do you have any 21-inch mesh or?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna run downstairs and get it.
Because that's right, you have all.
I'll be right back.
Okay, honey.
That's exactly right.
So, I think I already posted the video on the group page for those of you who are brand new. Tina, I don't know how much experience you have wreath making, if you're just starting out or if you've got a little bit of experience, but I always post a video in the group on how to add your pipe cleaners to your wreath form. If you have a wreath form that already has pipe cleaners on it, that's fine. But if you don't, there's a little video that I posted from Halo Designs, and she does it just like I do. Just 10 on the outside, 2 rings. This is a dollar tree form. You can use a 15-inch form. I wouldn't go any bigger than 15 or 16. 10 on the outside, and these are the kind I like to use, the fuzzy ones. I ordered a bunch from Craft Outlet that were the tinsely ones, and they just slide. If you put your pipe cleaner on and it's fuzzy and you pull it tight as you're putting it on, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to slide. But it has to be these fuzzy kind. So 10 on the outside, I wrap it around the outer 2 bars, and then 8 on the inside. 2 bars, 4 inches apart. Actually, I was doing 4.5, but I think 4 is the magic number. And then you get perfectly spaced pipe cleaners. I can't talk. This is the mesh that I'm going to use.
This wreath form I got from Hobby Lobby. These are driving me crazy. They have 9 on the outside and 7 on the inside.
Yeah, they're not, you can add more if you want to. You don't have to, but I think that'll be fine. You know, when you buy the work wreath forms, sometimes they're different, but typically there's 10 on the outside and 8 on the inside. This is the mesh I'm going to use. I don't even remember where I got it. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby a while ago. It's a pretty striped fall mesh. That's going to be for my poof. And I was thinking about it. I had this like almost like a burnt orange 10-inch mesh I was going to use for my spirals and my curls, but I also have this jute mesh that I have cut from another project. I don't remember what length it is. I think these might be 15. These aren't 10, these are 15. They might be a little bit too long. Not that it really matters. So I'll save this and use this for something else. I kind of like the orange. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to put Mr. Turkey in the middle. I'm so glad I found him. I've got 4 different ribbons. I couldn't really decide what ribbons I wanted to use. Typically, if you've seen my classes, you know I usually use 2 of the 2.5-inch. And this is what I have picked for my 2.5, this pretty burgundy gingham. And then there's this moss green polka dot. Those are my 2.5. And for my 1.5, I'm not quite sure how this is going to look. I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, I'm going to use something else. But I have this pumpkin ribbon that I'm only able to use once in another project. I think I used it in my gutter guard swag, and I really want to use it again. And then this is always a really favorite fall ribbon. I've used it a lot. It's from Hobby Lobby, just a plaid metallic. That's another 1.5. So that's what we're going to use for ribbon. I'm not going to put a ton of embellishments. I might add a pumpkin. In fact, that's also what I was trying to find this morning when I was searching for my turkey, where my my little felt pumpkins. I had already put them away, but I love the felt or velvet. I might just throw that pumpkin in there. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm feeling a lot better, you guys. You always cheer me up. I don't think I'm going to mute everybody because there's not really a lot of background noise going on. So just make sure you guys all know how to find your what have you. Hold on a second here. Let me close the chat box. You know how to find your unmute button. Sorry for the back of my head. Okay. So the poof, I'll be honest with you, is not one of my favorite methods. I just let my mesh fall on the floor to get it out of the way, because I'm really particular when it comes to things being symmetrical in size, and I can never really get my poofs the same size, but that's kind of why we're going to be adding the ruffles and the spirals in between each poof to help even it out and fill it out. So there's a piece of tape on here. That's what I'm trying to find, this piece of tape. There it is. Get that tape off of there. So I just start by gathering the end. Maybe a couple inches on the end you want there. Just enough so it's going to stay. And this is going to get tucked into, when we go around the outside, this piece is going to get tucked into the poof, the other poof coming around. You'll see when I do it. So don't worry about this piece sticking out. Now when you're making your poofs, try to be cognizant of how you're pulling your poofs out. And what I mean by that is try to get your ends tucked underneath like that. Just sort of try to curl them under as you're pulling your poof out. Try to make sure your ends are like tucked under. It just makes a nicer looking poof. Now a lot of people I know measure every single poof. I usually just measure the first one and then I eyeball the rest. We're going to do 10-inch poofs. So just go ahead and measure your first one. Well, you know what? I can't do that yet. I have to tie this piece down first. Just take this piece that you just made and find any spot on the outside and lay it in there. And again, don't worry about this piece. Oh, my hand's in the way. Don't worry about this piece here because we're going to tuck it in to the other poof when we come around. So that'll be hidden. Now we can measure. So again, just take your hands and kind of tuck the seamed ends underneath so you have a nice looking poof. Again, I just measured the first one about 10 inches and then I eyeball the rest. You can measure each one. I know people that have the little cloth tape measures and they measure as they go along. It's a lot easier than using your mat. Just go ahead and lay it into your next pipe cleaner. And you can fluff it out either as you go or you can fluff it out when you're done. Whatever's clever. I didn't really like that one method that we did that one time, Gina, when I had two of the, remember we did the poof and we had two of the 21-inch on top of each other? That was just too much. I don't think I'm going to do that one again.
I was not a fan of that one at all.
That was frustrating.
It was extremely frustrating.
I am a fan, however, of the last one we did. I love that ruffle and the spiral. Yours came out so nice. Did you sell that one? That snowman
No,
one?
but I've had a lot of people ask about it.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now again, don't be like me and worry that your poofs aren't exactly the same size. Because when you add your ruffles and everything in the middle and your spirals, it's all going to even out, and your ribbon and everything. So again, just keep trying to tuck your ends under like that as you go along. If you want to measure each one, you can. But the nice thing about using pipe cleaners instead of zip ties is you can take it out and redo it if you have to. I've always had people ask me, why do you use pipe cleaners and not zip ties? I do use zip ties sometimes. It depends on what method I'm doing, but it's a lot easier to undo a pipe cleaner and redo a ruffle or a poof when you have a pipe cleaner instead of a zip tie. The zip ties, you have to cut them off and redo the whole thing. I get these middle pipe cleaners out of the way. Just kind of press them down like that. I sure do like when we put the clocks back instead of putting them forward. I feel like I'm so much more rested. I mean, maybe not so much more, but I love getting an extra hour of sleep. I hate losing that hour. I always feel all discombobulated. That's your word, Susan. I feel discombobulated when we put the clocks ahead in the spring.
That's my word.
I feel like I want my hour back. Yeah, I know. Discombobulated. Did you find your 21-inch mesh?
Oh yeah, I'm going to town.
What color are you using?
I'm using it's a burlap and it's red and has a burlap stripe in the middle. It's really
nice.
pretty.
So it's like a jute mesh?
Yeah, thank you.
I love that. That's nice and rustic.
I just love it.
Yeah, I was very frustrated in my basement this morning, and I think a lot of it is just because it's messy down there, and my son and I were supposed to go look at a storage unit not far from me, because I really just want to put all my craft stuff in the storage unit. I don't really like storing it in my basement. And I don't have an attic because I live on the lower half of a two-family house, so, and I just think it would be a lot easier than having to go down there and search for stuff. This is really pretty mesh too. I like this mesh. I like this fall striped mesh. Now, if you guys are doing the class tomorrow with the witch hat, and I was going to post, I didn't get a chance, make sure you remove the tinsel from your witch hat before class, because we're not going to need that. If you've never made the hats wrapped in the mesh, same thing, but we're just going to make a Christmas tree. But you got to pull all that tinsel off because we don't need that. I have a really pretty ombre mesh I'm going to use for my tree. I wanted to show you that. Isn't that pretty? That's what I'm going to use for my tree. And you only need one roll of mesh to make the tree. It's a little tiny tree.
Christina, is it 10-inch or 21-inch?
For the tree?
Uh-huh.
10-inch.
Okay, wonderful.
It's just a Dollar Tree witch hat, so you know, if you use 21-inch, it would probably be too big. Okay. I gotta fix this pipe cleaner because it's sliding.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's gonna annoy me. You can also put a dab of glue, but that just makes a mess in my opinion. So normally what I just try to do is, as I'm pulling it, I just really pull it tight. And then it usually doesn't slide. That one decided it was going to slide. Hold on, somebody's chatting me here. Oh, I don't know if maybe that message was not meant for me, Mary. I didn't understand what that message was. I think maybe you were trying to message somebody else. I was wondering why these two. I feel my head in the way again. I'm sorry. Let me stand over here, and it's still sliding. Well, once I get my poof on, it'll. I don't know why that one decided it wanted to start sliding. Once I put my poof on, it'll push back to where it's supposed to be. I don't know how some wreath makers can sit and make their wreaths. I watch Facebook Lives, and they're just kind of sitting and making their wreath. I have to stand. I'm not comfortable sitting. You sit, don't you, Gina? Aren't you sitting? I have to stand. This one looks a little too small, but.
No, Christine,
Yeah.
what it is, I won't be on tomorrow night because we have a candy making company here and they're doing their cactus lighting ceremony with tens and thousands of Christmas lights, and Penn and Teller will be there.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand your message. That was Mary's message. I didn't understand that. I'm sorry, Mary. Oh, I like
No,
Penn and
that's
Teller.
okay.
A bunch of other people jumped on here.
That's interesting.
Linda.
I can't stand because of my arthritis in my hips and back. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
Lisa
I'm a
Moon's here.
sitter.
Roxy. Oh, Roxy jumped on. She fed her herd of cats, which I thought was hysterical because my sister's got a herd of cats too. She's got 4. So I think anything more than 3 is a herd. Mimi's here. Hi, Mimi.
Hello.
Who else has jumped on? We got quite a few people here.
Hey,
Somebody here with a
Mimi.
phone number. I don't know who that is.
Hi, this is
Somebody's
Roxy.
got a
I
phone
finished feeding
number on
her.
there. I'm not quite sure who that is, but Patricia Salter's here. Yeah, quite a few people here tonight. Would you say, Gina?
No,
I
that's
said
I
hey,
heard you say
Mimi.
something. Oh.
the herd is fed. I am here.
I have half of a herd. I have a dog and a cat, so. But my dog is diabetic and blind and kind of a handful. So here I am. I'm coming around to where I started here. Now here's my piece sticking out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this last poof and I'm going to go right over and use the same pipe cleaner I started. Once I go over it and attach it, I'm going to tuck this little tail inside so you don't see it. I'm going to go right over this piece, or maybe I'll go next to it, and I'm going to go right back into that same pipe cleaner I started on. We're going to share this pipe cleaner. As long as you have enough to add your ribbon, which we do. Now I can take this piece, and sometimes what I like to do, and I know it may be a little bit extra work, but sometimes I notice when I stick it in the other poof, it still sticks out, and I don't like that. So usually, or sometimes what I do, if I can find them, is I get a zip tie, and I kind of fold it over, like that. So I make like a little baby poof out of it. And then I zip tie it. You don't have to do this, but like, you know how sometimes when you stick that inside the other poof and then you get the little end pieces trying to stick through? Yeah, well, that bothers me. So I made a little baby poof out of it, and now I'm going to stick it inside. And it's all hidden and nobody can see it and everybody's happy. Okay. Now we're going to go over into the middle. Now everybody always says to me, you know, Christina, why don't you start on the inside? And you can start on the inside if you want to, but I'm just used to starting on the outside. So I'm going to kind of jump over into the middle. Still make sure that you, this doesn't want to stay tucked in. Stay in there. Make sure still that you're curling your ends under. We're going to go right to the next, the very first pipe cleaner that's there that you see. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. And I'm just going to start going around the inside. You can do bigger poofs if you want. You know, generally people make their poofs anywhere between 8 and 12 inches. I've never seen poofs bigger than 12 inches. But 10 inches is the size I like. I'm trying to get this. There we go. I want my poof to be poofy. And if you have gaps, don't freak out. That's what our ruffles and our spirals are going to be for. And then, of course, this one's coming out. And then, of course, our ribbon is going to fill in all that. I feel like I'm like going the, I need to be on this side. Yeah, that's better. Or maybe not. Now, I just have the one color for my ruffles and spirals, but you could definitely do 2 different colors if you want. We're going to do, I was going to do 1 ruffle per pipe cleaner. But then when I do, well, I mean every other pipe cleaner, because I was going to do a ruffle and I was going to do a spiral. But if I do spirals, I'm going to do 2. So I think I told somebody earlier only to cut 9 pieces of each, which isn't entirely correct, and I apologize, because I don't think 1 spiral is going to be enough. You're probably going to have to use 2. 1 ruffle will be enough per pipe cleaner, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not totally confusing you. Just putting 1 spiral in is going to kind of look weird. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that point. My mesh is just totally getting twisted here. Let me untwist this a little bit. I should put it in my mesh roller and have that hold it for me. It makes it a lot easier if you guys haven't seen the mesh rollers yet. They're really nice. I don't know how your weather has been across the country, wherever you are, but
So we need to cut more if we're doing for the spirals.
How much did you cut? Did you cut 9 of each?
Well, I mean, since I only have 16 total.
Yeah, because I was thinking, yeah, because
I only cut 8 of each, so I probably need to cut 8 more of the ones I'm going to use do for the
spirals for. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just didn't really even think about it, because
That's
1
okay.
ruffle per tie will be enough. 1 spiral is going to look kind of weird. I just went ahead and I cut the whole roll. I'm sorry, honey.
That's quite all right. So I'll just cut them real quick. You know I've already got mine done.
Of course you do. You're Speedy Gonzalez. You are. I wish we lived closer, Gina.
I know.
I gotta come to
We would just get in too much trouble though.
Georgia. How far are you from Atlanta?
About an hour and a half.
What's that?
About
Yeah.
an hour and a half.
Is
I'm
it like
15 minutes below Chattanooga.
Uh-huh. Is Atlanta like really gigantic?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming around to my last poof here. Last.
Gina,
Yeah.
it's Susan Sullivan.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you live?
Dalton.
I live in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
Good.
almost neighbors.
Is that
Yeah, we're
close?
almost neighbors.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know geography. I'm really bad. I don't know where. I know where California and New York is, and then a couple of the states in between. That's about it. Florida. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Now, if you were just going to do poofs and you didn't want to add any ruffles or spirals, you can do that. But if I was going to do that, I'm not satisfied with the fullness. So what I would probably do is I would add another row of pipe cleaners in between and then put another row of poofs. You can definitely do that because you got space in here. You got space in here to add another row of pipe cleaners. You'd have to just wrap it around. What I would probably do is I would wrap it around the middle two in between each poof. See, because you see how we have the pipe cleaners that are on here now on the outer two and on the inner two. You could take, I would say maybe 8 or 9 more pipe cleaners and wrap them around the inner two. And you can do a whole other row of poofs if you wanted to. So, but we're not going to do that because we're going to add our spirals and our ruffles. So cut a little, good little amount off here. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to tuck that in. Get this out of the way. So I probably have another, like pretty much half a roll of 21-inch left here. I don't think I'm going to do the zip tie thing. I think I'm just going to fold it under. I'm going to fold it under and I'm going to stick it inside that poof. Just kind of hide it. So there's our poof base, which is a little odd shaped because they're poofs. But when we put our ribbons in and we add our ruffles and our spirals, ooh, it's warm in here. It'll even out. Okay. These are 10-inch pieces. Now, someone had come to me the other day. There's actually a different way that you can do a ruffle, if anybody's ever seen this before. You can actually take your piece of mesh. I'm not sure if any of you have seen this before. I'm not going to do it this way, but I just want to show you. You can actually take it, fold the top down, and then the middle, or the bottom, I mean, and sort of overlap them like that. And then just take and pinch it in the middle. And what that does, it sort of gives you like a little bow tie, but what that does is it hides your cut ends. They're like tucked underneath. That's another way that you can do a ruffle. Typically what I just do, now these are small pieces, I just fold over the end like that, flip it over, and then I ruffle it. And then I just kind of tuck the other end underneath. So it looks almost the same. Just like that. Just go ahead and lay it in your bottom pipe cleaner. Just kind of fluff it out a little bit. Now, with the spirals, I'm going to do spirals in the next one. I'm going to do 2. I like to roll it kind of tight. Now, this is where if you had a Bodabra, you could stick that in your Bodabra and hold it while you're rolling your other spiral. Or if you have a clothespin, I'm just going to like
Stick it under your arm.
stick it under my arm. I'm just going to pinch it with my fingers though, or stick it under your arm. We're going to do 2. I think this is Dollar General mesh. It's kind of got a little bit of fraying going on, and we just kind of cross them over. And we're going to go with 2 of these in the next pipe cleaner. Some little curly action going here. Just like that. Back to the ruffle. Yeah, this one's got some metallic coming out. This Dollar General mesh isn't the best quality, but I had it and I like the color. So you can even do bigger pieces. You can even do 15-inch pieces if you want. But I think 10 is going to work. If I have enough left over, I may even go back in and throw another ruffle on top of this one. I gotta see how full it is. My daughter gets home and she jumps right on the phone. She stays on the phone all night. I can hear her in the other room.
Christina,
Yeah.
what color are you using for your ruffles? I can't tell.
This is like almost like a burnt orange that I got
Okay.
from Dollar General.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can now. I think
Mhm.
I'm gonna use I don't know what. I've got something up here I can use.
Well, what color are the stripes? Like use one of the colors. What's that?
What color what?
You said you have like a jute mesh with like with stripes in it,
Yeah.
with a stripe in it, right?
Right.
Use one of the colors that's in the stripe. Like, is it like a red stripe, or what color are the stripes?
It's a burlap stripe.
But what color is the mesh though? Do you know what I mean?
Red. It's red.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna use maybe.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use maybe green.
Oh, that would be nice. Now, what do you have in your sign? Is there any green in your sign? I don't remember.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
using a different sign, so.
if you have some green in your sign, that'll definitely help bring that out. So.
All right, I'm gonna run downstairs again. I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll be here.
All right. Don't leave me.
Because Susan has all of Craft Outlet in her house. I always remember you telling me that. She bought them right out. She's got her own Craft Outlet warehouse right there in South Carolina. Where's the rest of my mesh? Here it is. I've got these little metallics coming out. I hate that. That's why I don't buy Michael's mesh either. Michael's mesh is notorious for, especially the metallic. It just comes out like crazy. I'll put this over here and get it out of the way. Just been getting rain here in upstate New York, and it's so depressing. I don't even want to get out of bed in the morning because it's just raining. It's one of those stay in bed kind of days. You could put 3 spirals if you want. I'm just doing 2 because I'm going to put ribbon in there too, so that's going to fill it in as well. Oh, I forgot what I'm doing. I'm trying to see who else has jumped on here. Tara's here. I'd have to page down to see who else has joined because I can't see. I haven't greeted anybody. Well, I think I pretty much got everybody. Big crowd for a Monday night here. I've seen some wreath makers do 3 different types of methods, of mesh methods on their wreaths too. We are technically doing 3. Oh, Linda says she's here but can't speak on her audio. You might just want to do a sound test in your Zoom to make sure that Zoom can access your microphone. That might be the issue. It's usually something pretty simple. I don't know which Linda that is. I've got several. Huh? I've got several Lindas in my group, so I'm not sure which Linda that is. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. You're chatting me again, or somebody's chatting me. Let me just put these spirals in. And then I'll see what you're asking or what you're saying. Let's see. Oh, Linda Rubino. Oh, I can hear you.
Can? Okay, good.
I can.
I'm coming in late, but I'm here. I was babysitting.
Okay, no worries.
So I'm just gonna watch tonight.
Okay, my dear.
I'll just make it
Perfectly fine.
in
Huh?
curls. Y'all made poofs and then curls.
We've got poofs and we've got ruffles and we've got spirals. So I guess we do have 3 methods around here.
Okay.
So fill in those gaps in between the poofs, and it kind of helps to even it out a little bit.
Christine,
Yeah.
me again.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Christine.
What's up, my dear?
How large am I cutting this? 10 inches.
The ruffles and the 10 inches.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'll get right on it.
Okay, dear. Oh, you know what I want to tell you guys? Big Lots has the red truck ribbon. I saw it there the other day. This ribbon, where is it? Well, I know I've got it here. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The red truck ribbon. What the heck did I do with it?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get this from Big Lots, but Big Lots does have this. If you guys are doing the class but didn't order the kit, Big Lots has it.
I've got
Mine did.
the burger. No, what am I saying? I've got I don't know what I have. I need to cut my mesh.
Cut your mesh.
Just cut my mesh and be
There you
quiet.
go. Cut your mesh and be quiet. No, I'm only kidding. All right, where are we here? One more on the outside, then we're going to move to the inside. So I'm going to have two ruffles next to each other, which really wasn't what I wanted, but I'm not going to worry about it. It is what it is. That would normally bother me in any other situation, having two ruffles next to each other, but that's just kind of how it worked out. So
Heaven forbid if it's the same ribbon next to each other with you.
no, I can't have that. That's not going to work. That's a definite no-no. There's no way I'm ever going to have two of the same ribbons next to each other. All right, let's move to the inside now. What do I want to do? I'll do spirals right there. This ruffle's looking wonky. There we go. I'm actually pretty awake for a, what time is it? 8:48, it's 8:48 already? Wow, 8:48 where I am. On the East Coast. Betty Seabury, are you making your wreath? Or are you just watching? I don't know if Betty can hear me. Betty is in
I am making my wreath.
You're in California, right?
Yes, I am.
I'm so jealous. You gonna let me stay with you when I come and visit?
Anytime you want to, for as long as you want to.
You're so sweet. Can we go to Bodega Bay?
Oh, absolutely. Bodega Bay, Carmel, and Big Sur, and Hearst Castle.
Oh, we're gonna go to Big Sur. I'm not gonna go surfing though.
I don't surf, so don't worry.
Betty, are there handsome men out there?
Oh, yes.
You're so sweet. You have a turkey for the middle of yours too, you said?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
And I'll send a picture tomorrow.
You better. That one picture that you posted, I don't know where you were, and you were dining outside with the view.
Oh, that's at Nepenthe. It's a famous restaurant down there.
That was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the water, you know, as you can probably surmise by now from my posts.
I've always lived around the water. I don't know what I would do if I had to be away from it.
It's just so relaxing. It just, you know, when my daughter was living in the Hamptons and we would go down and visit her and just sit by the water. It's just so relaxing.
So calming.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. You know, I have to say that where we live, though, in upstate New York, we have access to some nice bodies of water, too. You know, I shouldn't complain. Look, we're close to the Adirondack Mountains, and there's lakes and stuff up there. And if we drive to, there's a park called Chimney Bluffs State Park. It's on Lake Ontario. And if you've never been to Lake Ontario, it's like that you're at the ocean because it's huge. It's gigantic. Very, very pretty. So this mesh is sheer enough that I can still see my 21 inch. I didn't want to, I didn't want to totally engulf that and cover it because it's very pretty. I wanted to still be able to see that.
Do you want to know what I do the back of my wreath?
What?
I go to Dollar Store, the Dollar Tree, and I get woven placemats.
Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, that's awesome. And it totally covers up all your stuff in the back. I love that. And you put the zip ties right through?
Either that or hot glue gun.
Yeah, the zip ties actually will go right through those, and you can just attach them to the back of your wreath. This ruffle's looking a little weird. Maybe once I get my ribbon out, it'll look okay. So where am I at here now? I need spirals. Oops.
Christine,
Yes, ma'am.
me again.
Hi, dear.
Hi. Okay, I think I've got all my mesh cut.
Okay,
I'm doing spirals and what else?
ruffles.
Spirals and ruffles.
So we're doing 2 spirals in
Okay.
1 tie, and then we're jumping to the next tie, and we're doing the ruffle.
Okay. So 18's not going to be enough.
No.
I need 27.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I cut my whole roll.
Yeah,
I
that was
think I'm just going to have enough with the whole roll, too. I'm counting here. Actually, I might not. Hold on here. I didn't think I thought one whole roll would definitely be enough. I might not have enough to do all my ties.
okay.
You could just do 1 spiral per.
I could, but I brought 2 rolls up with me, so
I think I'm gonna be one piece short.
okay. Well, I'm going to get to making my
Okay, dear. Yeah, I've got 2 pieces left. So actually, what I think I'm gonna do, and I've got 2 pipe cleaners left, because once I get my turkey in the middle, it's all gonna even out. I think I'm just gonna put 1 ruffle in each of these last 2 ties, because if I do 2 spirals, then I'm not gonna have enough left for the last tie. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do 2 ruffles in these last 2 ties. Well, I have enough. And I keep having leftover mesh because I never know what to do with it. There, that'll work. That'll work.
Christina,
Yeah.
I need to step away and go have dinner with
Yeah.
you. And I'll send you a picture.
Okay, dear.
Okay, honey.
That sounds wonderful.
I'll talk
Love
to you
you.
later.
See you later.
Love you too. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye, honey. All right, I'm going to put my turkey in now. I always like to put my centerpiece in. I hope I'm going to be able to wire him in good because he's got like a big flat bottom because that's where his batteries go because he is fiber optic. I wonder what kind of batteries he takes. been so long since I opened him up. I'm not even sure if I can. He's got a little screw in there, so I'm not even going to bother.
Christina,
I'm just going to kind of.
did you find
What's
him?
that?
Is that the one
I
that you
did
want?
find him.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
You didn't see my picture after right after the live. I went downstairs and I looked at another box that was underneath the box full of Christmas stuff.
I'm
So I
happy.
never even looked because I assumed, huh?
So happy for you.
I never even looked in that box originally because I thought it was Christmas stuff. He's probably 25, 30 years old. I've had him since my kids were little, from Avon.
Happy for you.
I'm so happy. It was just one of those things though, Mimi, where I just wasn't having a good day anyway. And then when I couldn't find my turkey, it just got significantly worse. And I just kind of had my meltdown. Oh my gosh, he looks so cute. I got to figure out how I'm going to wire him in. Hold on, let me get some wire here. I may have to go under his little cape or whatever that thing is. You can see the little fiber optic thingies there. They're all around the sign too, but maybe I'll unwire him later and put some batteries in. But for now, I just want to get him in my wreath. So let me see. Maybe I'll just put it under his lapel. It's got some stuff stuck on in here. Which is what I always use. Hold on, I'll show you after I get him wired in. I use the cable tie mounts that you can find by the zip ties. That's what I use to hang a sign. And if you watch any of my other videos, you can see how I do that. I just want to make sure this wire isn't showing. I'll tuck it up under him there. Let's see. Where's my other wire? This is the part of wreath making that takes extreme patience. Okay. He must have had a plug at one point because he's got a little plug in the back here. I'm going to try to find a crossbar and wrap the wire around that to give him a little extra stability. He's not real heavy, but he's not super light either. I don't think I have a crossbar in here, so I'm just gonna go for the closest bar. Just wrap it around a couple of times. Oh, I don't want his wire to show. Let me move that up a little bit. There we go. Let me just hold it up and look at it before I show you guys. And that looks super cute. And my son's just getting home now. Whoops. That's super cute. I like that. I'm so happy. I'm just going to hang out right in the middle of my wreath. Just like that. Very cute. You can't really see his back. He's got like his feathers, I guess you call them. I guess you can still see him. I just don't want to totally hide them. Okay. He's in there pretty good. Now for some ribbon. How's everybody doing? Okay? Move all my ribbon over here.
I had to go back and cut another different color of mesh because all my mesh was too light. And I had to have some dark
Oh,
to cover it up.
what color was it?
It was, I thought there were enough different. One was a gold and red mesh, and then a yellow mesh, and then another kind of yellow orange. Anyway, I put a rust in with it to kind of make it stand out.
They
I
were
went
too
back and
light.
add another ruffle in to make it stand out.
Yeah. Sometimes you kind of have to switch gears when you're in the middle of making a wreath. Sometimes you have to pick another ribbon. Sometimes you have to choose a different mesh. If you're using it and you're placing it and it doesn't really look the way you thought it was going to look, then you just have to kind of go with something else. I've done
Then you
that
have to drop back and punt, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have to see what ribbon I want to go with what here. I've got my burgundy. I think I'm going to put my burgundy with my pumpkin. So I usually pair the 2.5 with the 1.5. I think that'll look nice. Just find your center. So what I did quickly is just, if you've seen me do this before, if you haven't, just kind of fold it in half, find your center, and pinch it. And I always tell everybody, make sure that when you do your pinch in the middle, that it's pinched neatly, because if it's all bunched up weird, your ribbon's not going to lay right. I always start on the outside. And I like to have my ribbons all going out on the outside. Well, that looks nice together. I like that. I like that. Now, I'm not sure if I put this in the prep or not, but, and if you've seen my classes before, you know I like to add my little bow ties, so we're going to do that. Keep with the norm. Okay. So I cut, the ribbons are cut at 12 inches. I always cut, usually I use the 1.5, but you can use the 2.5 if you want. At 13, I don't dovetail the ends. Just kind of cross them over like that, so the end, they'll fold it over, and then you pinch it in the middle. And then you have your little bow tie. Just like that. And you place that right on top of your ribbon bundle. I can make a bow. I like bows and wreaths, but I'm not a huge bow fan. I like my little bow ties. Just like that. And we're going to go all the way around with the ribbon. Now we got to switch. Got my green, my olive green, and my plaid. I always love it when the ribbons that I pick come out the way I want them to. There's been many times when I've added ribbon and I look at it and I'm like, So there's really nothing wrong with cutting a bunch of different ribbons, because, you know, if you're not sure how one is going to look, you know, cut a few, and that way you'll always have something else to add if the, you know, the one that you chose doesn't really look like you thought it would. You've got like a backup. Let's put it that way. It's always good to have a backup. Now what I'm doing with my extra bit of pipe cleaner here, you can either cut that off, you could snip that off, or you could just kind of tuck it around underneath so you don't see it. Whatever you want to do. I just kind of tucked it around the back. And we're just going to go back and forth. And this is always the most time-consuming part. Well, maybe not. This is when I start to have people dropping off and falling asleep. Because I take my time when I add the ribbon, because I'm like, it's got to be perfect. The kids are having some sort of a heated conversation out there. I can hear them. I'm trying to hear what they're saying. Heated as in like intense, not like angry type heated. My kids like to talk about politics. Maybe they're talking about the election tomorrow. We'll see. Hope everybody's going to get out and vote. It's important. I'm not going to ask who you're voting for. I don't want to know. I don't like to get involved in politics too much because everybody's got their differing opinions about things, so it's better left undiscussed. But just get out and vote. Then I put my sweatshirt back on, I get hot. I think it's called menopause. Hooray! Whew. Now where am I? I really like this burgundy gingham ribbon. That's pretty. Let's see. This big polka dot's kind of hard to pinch. There we go. If your ribbons overlap a little, don't worry about it. No biggie.
Christine,
Yes, my dear.
I'm sorry to be such a pain.
Never.
Oh yeah, right. The ruffle,
Yeah.
1 10-inch.
10-inch.
Yeah, 1.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
Christine, good night. It's Mimi.
Good night, Mimi.
Your turkey is very funny.
He's very funny. Thank
Yes.
you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes, yes.
Good
Good night.
night, Miss Mimi. Love you.
Love you.
Everybody's starting to fall asleep. That's why I need to have earlier classes. But wait a minute. Nope, that's the wrong one.
With
Hold
the
on a
time
second.
change, it makes it seem like it's already 10 o'clock.
No, you're absolutely right. That's absolutely right. I think if I was to do this over again, I wouldn't put a ruffle or a spiral in every tie. I might not have done the middle because I can't see as much of the striped mesh as I would have liked. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's covered a little bit too much, but that's all right. So, you know, really it's what you like. You don't have to do a ruffle or a spiral in every tie. I think, especially if you have a sign or a centerpiece, you would be fine just going around the outside and then leaving, you know, the poofs on the inside, because your sign or your centerpiece is going to help to fill it in too, and your ribbon, of course. Because I'm looking at it now and I kind of feel like all I can see is orange on the top. I really can't see my stripes that much. I'm going to pull this poof out actually a little bit. There we go. I'm going to pull some poofs out so I can see them a little bit more. There we go. I want to be able to see my stripes too. I like every component in my wreaths to get equal stage time, I like to say. I don't like any one component overpowering anything else. Like, I don't really like it when people load their wreaths up with so much ribbon that you can't see the mesh. I feel like, what's the point in even using, you know, a pretty mesh if you can't see it? So that's my story, the end. That's my story.
I got to show you what I got for my bow ties.
Okay.
Can you see this ribbon?
Hold on a second. Let me make you big. Let's see, Gina. Oh, that's pretty. It's like
I
little
got it at
leaves.
Hobby Lobby.
That's cute. I think I saw that there.
Yeah, and I'm using it to make my bow ties.
Very nice. So you did good at your craft fair Saturday then, right?
I'm not going to another one. I can't
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday. I can't get off work anyway. And but yeah, I'm just gonna concentrate on getting my Etsy shopping and doing Facebook done.
Yes. And like I said, Lauren, well, it's not Lauren Simmons anymore. It's Lauren.
I did her Etsy coaching. That's what I got to get my shop set up for.
Was it helpful?
Yes.
From Lauren from
I got
Beautiful.
to use her hints and everything and get it all set up. Yes, it's very helpful.
Yeah, Lauren from Beautiful Mesh, ladies.
Yes.
She has she's very successful with her Etsy shop, and she has I think it's $20. She's got a tutorial on how to get your Etsy shop set up and how to make it profitable. And
well, she does $75. If you do $75, she does a review. She tells you what you need to do better and things you can do, tips on pictures and stuff like that. Which is what I did.
Oh. What's the $20 one then?
I don't remember what the $20 is. I just did $75. I didn't think there was a $20 one.
I thought so.
She might change it. I don't know.
I still haven't gotten my Etsy shop up. I just have not had time. I really need to do that. Somebody's chatting me, but I can't look because I'm right in the middle of putting this ribbon in. Give me 1 second. This is what I mean by if you don't pinch it right in the middle, the ribbon's going to go all over the place. Let's see what we have here. How's it going, Linda? I see you. Let's see. She did a free 5-day video on that for free. Oh, Lauren did? Oh, okay. I love Lauren. Lauren Simmons, or it's not Simmons anymore. She changed it. She's the sweetest thing. I always remember the one time she posted pictures because she was actually featured in Women's World magazine with her wreaths. And she posted the story about how she knew the magazine was coming out. I think it was over the summer. And she was in the grocery store with her husband and her son. And all of a sudden over the PA, it was her husband's voice. And he said, "Lauren Simmons, come to the front of the store. Come to the front of the store. We found your magazine," or something like that. It was so cute. She was so excited. All right, let's see, where are we here? Yeah, we still have a little bit ways to go around here. We're getting there. We're getting there, ladies.
It's looking good.
Thank you. I don't know who that was, but thank you. Who was that?
Linda.
Hi, Linda. I'll get used to your voices.
There's that southern drawl, I guess.
Linda, where are you located, Linda? Are you in Canada?
No, Louisiana.
Her name is
Why I
Lauren
thought you were in
Kilgore.
Canada.
What's
What?
that?
Lauren Kilgore.
Oh, that's right. That's Lauren's new last name. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see the pictures? Is she on your friends list, Gina? She posted pictures of her little son carving a pumpkin. Oh my gosh, she's so
Probably
adorable.
she probably is, but I'm in her Etsy coaching group, so
Yeah.
that's where I looked her name up at.
Uh-huh. Her son is so adorable. I don't know about you guys, but I want to do another wreath with that new method. I just love that.
Oh, I loved it too.
I want to do another one. I already sold that wreath too. I couldn't believe it. That made me very happy.
It makes it look very full
It does.
when you do that method. Mm-hmm.
And
I never finished
Tina,
one.
what
I
we're
didn't get a
talking
chance to.
about, is Tina still here? I can't see. Tina, what we're talking about is if you look on the group page, you'll see a snowman wreath that I did for the last class. And you can actually get that wreath, that video if you want, because your first video is free. Even though you purchased the unlimited plan, it doesn't include past videos. But as a new member, you can get your first video free, so I can send that to you. It was not a spiral. It was a ruffle, a ruffle and a curl with one piece of mesh, one 35-inch long piece of mesh, and you curl the edges, and then you ruffle the middle, and it just makes a gorgeous wreath. Really, really pretty, and it was something new that I saw someone else do. I'm not going to take credit for the method, but the nicest thing is that, well, obviously it makes a very full wreath, but it also hides your frays. So you don't have any frays, which everybody loves to not have frays. Who's adding me here? Hold on. Whoops. Linda Rubino from Massachusetts. Hi, Linda Rubino from Massachusetts. I thought your microphone was working. Maybe not. Now, I don't always put ribbon in every tie on the inside, especially if I have a big sign or a centerpiece, because I don't really want to cover it, but I will go all the way around the outside. Oh, her microphone's not working. Okay. You guys can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to, whoops, keeping the camera view here. coming around here. My turkey's sitting straight up. Hold on, what do I need now? I need this one. I can't believe it's November already. I cannot believe it. I'm kind of sad because my daughter can't come home for Thanksgiving. My daughter that just moved to Colorado in January. It's going to be the first Thanksgiving without her. I'm kind of sad about that, but the flights are just so expensive, and she can't afford to come home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, so she's just going to come home for probably like 2 weeks at Christmas time, so that's going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to seeing her. I haven't seen her since Mother's Day. I really miss her. And she lived in the Hamptons. That was only, a train ride away, so she was a lot closer. Now she's across the country because I'm in New York, and I miss my little girl. Even when she used to drive home to visit, it still took her probably 6 or 7 hours because she was way out on the tip of Long Island. So she had to drive up the island, and then she had to go through New York City and then jump on the thruway and come up state. So the airline tickets are expensive now. She was telling me that to come home for Thanksgiving, it was like $800. That's crazy. That's just out of control.
I was just looking to fly from Las Vegas down to Phoenix, and it was almost $250, $300 for an hour and a half flight. Or some was going from Vegas here into LAX and then into Phoenix.
Wow, that's crazy. They need to have some sort of a regulation to control the prices. They shouldn't be able to, inflate the prices like that. There should be some sort of regulation in place, in my opinion. That's terrible. I think she got her flight home for Christmas. It was right around $550 or something like that. It wasn't too bad.
Greyhound is almost $100 to go down there, and then there's other bus services now in FlexBus. I can go down there and back for like $15.
Oh, wow. Now this is to where now?
Down to Phoenix from Vegas here.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to fly out and see her last month, but it never came together. So I'll just wait until she comes home for Christmas, and then I'll go out in the spring because she's dying to show me the mountains, the Rocky Mountains. And she says, "Mom, you better train because hiking is strenuous." I'm just like, "Lindsay, I'm not 90 years old. I'm pretty close, but I think I can still hike." All right, this is good.
You said she's in Colorado?
Actually, no, this is not good, Gina.
No, is she in Colorado?
She's in Denver, yeah?
Yeah. Well, the reason you need to train is because the air is so thin, and people get out there and have problems breathing.
That's true, too. Gina, I don't know how it happened, but I'm going to have two of the same ribbons next to each other. How did that happen?
I don't know.
No, how did that happen?
That's funny.
No, it's not. It's going to bother me. I don't know how that happened.
The thing that happened to me when I had these that had 9 ties on the bottom, 7 ties on the top, I have them next to each other, and it makes me crazy. But the way it is.
Let me look here. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Usually it works out where I don't have two of the same types of ribbon bundles next to each other, but it's going to be that way this time, and I'm just going to have to put it on and not worry about it. So it is what it is. So let me hurry up and get it on and then not look at it, or else it's going to bother me. I don't know how that happened. Usually it works out. And I do not have two of the same kind next to each other, but Oh, well. I don't understand that because there's 10 ties. You know what I might do to kind of make it look a little bit different? I think I'm going to use the gingham for my bow tie. And that'll make it look a little bit different instead of the pumpkin, just to make it look a little bit different. Because I did cut some extra of the gingham too. You can use the 2.5 inch to make your bow ties too. So I'm going to stick one of these in there just to kind of, so they don't look exactly the same. The 2.5 works too. It makes just a fluffier bow tie. That's all. It's all good. I'm going to plug my glue gun in because I want to put my pumpkin in too. I want to put my pumpkin in the top. And we're almost done, ladies. Don't fall asleep yet. All right, let's see. Let's put a little bit of ribbon in the top. What color do I need? I need this. Oops. Oh, my turkey looks so cute just hanging out. Now, I've told people this before in my classes, but if this is, you know, this is the first class you've seen of mine. When I'm adding ribbon to the top, I don't typically go all the way down to the bottom of the pipe cleaner because then you're going to lose your ribbon. It's going to be down too far and you're only going to have a little bit sticking out. So it's a little bit challenging to do, but I kind of go like halfway down the pipe cleaner and then I pinch it in. And that way your ribbon is still, you know, kind of laying on the top and doesn't get lost, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. I can't believe I've had my turkey for 25 years and now he's going to be sitting in a wreath. Now, you know I'm not going to be able to sell this wreath. This is mine. There's no way I'm letting my turkey go. He's not going anywhere. Or if somebody wants to buy it, the turkey stays here. I'll put something else in the middle. I'll say, sorry, you know, it is for sale, but the turkey stays with me. You could see how upset I was over this dumb thing. We've been through a lot together. We've been through so many moves. I can't even tell you how many moves we've been through. My kids and I moved around a lot when they were little because I was divorced and we moved a lot. So trying to find our place. All right, let's see. Let's do some more gingham. Trying to find our place in the world. I must have done a pretty good job because I put them all through college as a single mom. My hair is snow white. If I didn't color my hair, it would be snow white. I'm excited about showing you guys how to make the tree tomorrow, the Dollar Tree witch hat tree. That's fun. Were you here last year, Gina, when we did that? Or no?
No.
Dollar Tree witch hat tree?
I don't think I could find the forms last year.
What's that?
I couldn't find the forms last year.
You can use a Santa hat too, you know.
Well, I couldn't find them at my Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree is in the
I have a whole case of them.
I have a whole case of the hats and a whole case of the candy cane.
Yeah, that's what you're going to use. This is a Dollar Tree hat.
Yeah.
And I gotta remember, I'm gonna post a couple of pictures for you guys on how to add your pipe cleaners to your witch hat, because you're gonna strip off the tinsel and you're gonna put your pipe cleaners on before class. And I have a picture that I can post to show you guys how to do that. It's not difficult.
Christina, this is Ashley. If it's not
What's
too
that?
late, can you post that picture tonight? Because I won't be
Sure.
able to see it until
Absolutely.
I get home tomorrow.
I'll post it in the class listing. I'll do it tonight right after class.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. So this is kind of why I'm not a big fan of spirals either, because spirals are so, they stick up so much. I have a hard time getting my ribbon delay right. So if I was to pick a favorite method, I would definitely say ruffles, because I'm having a hard time getting this ribbon delay the way I want it, because my spirals are so poofy. All right, let's see. I'll put a couple of bundles down here and I'll throw my pumpkin in, and I think I'm gonna call it a night. What time do we have? Oh, it's only 9:30. It's early, but our bodies think it's 10:30, so I see some people dropped off here. But the nice thing about attending a live class is, you know, you're going to get the video. So you start to fall asleep or you get bored, you're going to be able to finish watching it. Who's messaging me? Oh, I got your message, Tina. Absolutely. I can send that to you. No problem.
The Christmas tree is this weekend?
It's tomorrow. The Dollar
Oh, it's
Tree.
tomorrow. Okay.
The
Yes.
Dollar Tree witch hat tree is tomorrow. Yep. I got some catching up
Okay.
to do. We got quite a few classes coming up here. I got some catching up to do.
Is it at 8 or
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
okay. I have to look back on the schedule. I didn't look
Okay.
like it.
Usually they're at 8. Sometimes I have them a little bit earlier.
Yeah. I think that one you
Sometimes.
changed the time because you had it earlier and you had 2 of them for that day.
Yeah, I'm always moving stuff around. I know I drive you guys crazy. I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna put one more bundle in. One more. What color do I need in that pumpkin? Down here. If you've got some pipe cleaners left that you didn't use, you can just kind of tuck them around the back or just cut them off. Whoops, that one popped right out. I didn't twist it tight enough, and I also went down too far. I'm going to cover up his little turkey leg. I don't want to do that. So I think what I might do later is untie him and add some batteries so he can light up. We'll see. It's just like the little fiber optic thingies around his sign and in his little basket. Fiber optic, I don't even know if they make the fiber optic stuff anymore, do they? It was really popular back in the 90s. Fiber optic everything. Do they still make that kind of stuff? I don't even know. I don't even know.
think it's mostly LED lights now.
Yeah. Okay, there's my last ribbon bundle. I'm gonna put my pumpkin in. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put my pumpkin because I do want to add a pumpkin. He's really sitting in there. There we go. Pull him out a little bit. I want to put my fuzzy pumpkin in. I gotta figure out where I want to put it. I have this one too. I always thought this one was really pretty, this burgundy one, but I'm not quite sure if that'll, but it might match with the, because I have the burgundy ribbon. Maybe I'll just put this one right here, this burgundy pumpkin, because I really like the color of that one. I really like that. I'm going to put that one in. Let me get my glue. I'm going to put that one right there. Hot glue doesn't really stick to mesh very well, though. I noticed that. You would think it would stick very well, but it doesn't. You kind of have to hold it for a minute. I like that one there. Let me see if I want to add my orange, or maybe I'll add my orange one over here somewhere. I'm not sure if I have room for it, though, honestly. This wreath is pretty full. I don't really want to put it near his head. Let's see. Maybe I can kind of stick it over here. This is kind of big, though. Do I have a smaller one? I think I have a smaller one. Hold on. This one's smaller. I'm going to use this one. That one's kind of big. This one's a little bit smaller. I'll put this back up here. I got this whole bag of fuzzy pumpkins from Michael's, I think. I'm going to put that one right there. That'll look good. And then we'll call it a night. Oh, I got some spider webs. I hate those spider web glue things. I'm so happy I found my turkey. What do you think, ladies? Is he cute?
Lovely. Yes.
I don't want my
Very cute.
pumpkin to fall out. I'm very happy with my turkey. Happy
I know for sure you're not
Thanksgiving.
selling-
What's that?
I know for sure you're not selling it.
What's that? I didn't hear what you said.
That is
I said, I know
Christina.
for sure you're not selling it.
I'm not selling it. But if I do,
Yeah.
the turkey stays here. Like I said, he's not going anywhere.
That's
So
what
I'm
saying.
done. Did you
That's
have
cute.
fun, Tina, in your first class? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
So you're going to make one too? You got to post a picture when you make yours.
I'll make one when I get the supplies.
Okay. Usually what I do, well, always what I do, is I have to download the video from Zoom. It takes a couple hours to process on Zoom. I don't know why. It's not ready right away. And then I have to upload it to YouTube. I have a private YouTube channel. And then I send everybody the YouTube link. So you're going to have access to that video. As long as YouTube doesn't like a lot of business and delete all my videos, you'll have access to the videos as long as you want. But that'll probably get sent out in the morning. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post that picture in the group tonight. I can't remember who asked me of the Dollar Tree witch hat. So you can see how to add the pipe cleaners for class tomorrow. Okay, guys?
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
I'm here.
I know, I see you, darling. For tomorrow night, the is it 10-inch green?
Yes.
Got
You can,
it.
you can use any color you want.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. But it's 10-inch.
Thank you.
You're
Have a-
welcome. All right, guys. Good night.
Love you. Good
Good night.
Sweet
night.
dreams. Love you too. Thanks for being here.
Hey,
And I'll send that video to you, Tina. No problem.
Christina,
Yeah.
You know how you posted that thing about Kiss?
Yeah,
Go see Bohemian Rhapsody.
I did. I saw it Saturday.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Who's this?
Mary.
Oh, I loved it. I
Yeah.
saw Queen back in 1982 with Freddie Mercury, and yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody was awesome. Really, really awesome movie.
And I want to go see A Star Is Born.
Real, yeah, my daughter saw that. She said it was really good. Yep. Bohemian Rhapsody is awesome. I'm a big Queen fan, and I can't believe how the Live Aid performance in the movie was like identical to the real one.
Yeah.
Identical. That's like one of my favorite shows to watch is the Queen performance at Live Aid. So,
And then at
all
the
right,
very,
you guys.
at the
What's
very
that?
ending, they were showing some of the other concerts, how some of the guys look so much like the
They
other
do.
band members.
Yep. Yep.
When they were
Do you
showing
know
some
that
of
the
their
guy
actual
who played
concerts.
Freddie Mercury is actually dating the girl that played Mary in the movie?
Uh-huh.
I thought that was so cute. All right, you guys. Good night.
Good night.
I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Sorry for my head.
Good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Good
Thank you.